good afternoon. So let's start today's class. Okay, listen students. From the previous chapter, rural development, only rural development including in your syllabus, but alternative farming and organic farming, these were deleted from your syllabus. Okay, so today I will start one new chapter, employment. So under this employment, we read about the employment, about the unemployment, types of unemployment, workers, type of workers, and what are the main problem in India arising this unemployment problem. So these also we learn in this chapter. Okay, so first tell me what do you mean by the term unemployment, Jyotinmoy? Do you know? Then tell me. So first here we define the unemployment. Unemployment means what? The person who are willing to work, willing to and able to work at a given wage rate, but they can't find the job. Yes, unemployment is a situation in an economy the workers are not getting job. Okay, yes, they are willing to, because there are also some other situation under employment. Okay, so here unemployment means the person who are willing to work but not get the job. This situation we can say unemployment. So follow your book, page number 117. People do a variety of work. Some work on farms, in factories, banks, shops, many other workplaces. Yet a few other work at home. Work at home includes not only traditional work like weaving, lace making or variety of handicrafts, but also modern jobs like programming work in jobs in the IT industry. Earlier factory work meant working in factories located in cities whereas now technology has enabled people to produce those factory based goods at home in village. So that means in the previous day, earlier ages, we knew that only the person who work in the factories or industry, they are called the workers. No, the persons who engage in economic activities. Okay, the person who are engaged in the economic activities, so they are maybe work in factories, offices, or also at home making any handicrafts or doing any programming at their home. Okay, so they are also called the workers. So why do people work? Work plays an important role in our lives as individual and as member of society. So why all of we are engaged in work? Why, Jyotinmoy? Yes, very good. To earn money. Okay, so in people work for earning a living. Some people get or have money by inheriting it, not working for it. This does not completely satisfy anybody. Being employed in work gives us a sense of self-worth and enable us to relate ourselves meaningfully with others. Every working person is activity contributing to national income and hence the development of country by engaging in various economic activities. That the real meaning of earning a living. We do not work only for ourselves. We also have a sense of accomplishment when we work to meet the requirements of those who are dependent on us. So, the person who work for who work in any or engage in any economic activities and they contribute to our gross national product GNP. So these are called the workers, or this type of activities are called the economic activities. Okay, having recognized the importance of work, Mahatma Gandhi insisted upon education and training through variety of works including craft. So Mahatma Gandhi, he always wanted that India would be a self-dependent. That's why he always give the pressure on the work which related to handicraft. Okay. So studying about working people gives us insights into a quality and nature of employment in our country and helps in understanding the planning or human resources. It helps us to analyze the contribution made by different industries and sectors towards national income. Okay. Now it helps us to analyze the contribution made by different industries and sector towards national income. It also helps us to address many social issues such as exploitation and of marginalized situation of society, child labor, etc. Okay, so obviously in our economy there are various type of sector, and this sector the people are engaged various type of activities. So how many type of activities in our basic obviously economic activities in our economy, Indian economy, Jyotinmoy? Do you know? Give me response. Yes, very good. There are three types of economy: primary, secondary, tertiary sector, and from all these type of economic sector contribute to our national income. Okay. Okay. Now workers and employment. So what is meant by employment and who is a worker? Who is a worker? Just few minutes ago I told this one. When a farmer works on field, he or she produces food, grains and raw materials for industries. Cotton become cloth in textile mill and in power looms. Lorries transport goods from the one place to another place. We know that the total money value of such goods and services produced in a country in a year called its gross domestic product. Okay, so all of you, we know that what do you mean by the GDP. So see, here they shows the all the three sector. Okay, see first one, the farmer who work in a field, so these are under the primary activities. Then the worker who work under the textile mill, which is show the secondary sector or industrial sector. Next, last one, the transportation of goods, which indicates the third or tertiary sector or third sector, okay, or service sector. So this from this all the sector, they the all the sector or value of the all goods or services within a particular year, we call this one is the gross domestic product. Okay, now we know that the total money value of, okay, when we also consider what we pay for our imports and get from our exports, we find that there is a net earning for the country which may be positive if have exported more in values term than imported. Okay, if export is greater than import, obviously it indicates the positive, okay, for our national income. And if it is import is the greater than the export, then it show the negative. So if imports exceeded export in value terms or zero, if export and imports were same, so it's will be the zero. Okay, if both are the same. So when we add this earning plus or minus, if export is greater than, then we include plus. If import is greater or more, then obviously we show the minus from our foreign transactions. Okay, so what we get, it's called country's gross national product for that year. So one is the GDP, another is the GNP. GNP means the all the values of goods and services, and also we included the export and import from our foreign transaction. Okay, so which is called the gross national product of a particular accounting year. Okay, clear, Jyotinmoy? Okay, very good. Okay, now those activities which contribute to the gross national product are called economic activities. So which are called the economic activities? The activities which contribute to our GNP or gross national product, that is called the economic activities. All those who are engaged in economic activities in whatever capacity, high or low, are workers. So who are the workers who contribute their earning or their profit to our gross national product? They are called the workers, and this type of activities we can say the economic activities. Now even if some of them temporarily abstain from work due to illness, injury or other physical disability, bad weather, festivals, social or religious functions, they are also called the workers, because the other days they are engaged in workers and they also contribute to our GNP. That's why. So workers also include those who help the main workers in these activities. We generally think of only those who are paid by an employer or their work as workers. This is not so. Those who are self-employed are also called workers. So the person who are the self-employed and who have the own business, so obviously this person also contribute to our GNP. So this type of the self-employed person also we can say the workers. So the nature of employment in India, multifaceted. Okay, some get employment throughout the year, some other get employed for only for a few months so of a year. So all of you know that one. There are the various type of the unemployment. Seasonal unemployment is disguised unemployment, and we see in under the seasonal unemployment the person who are work only the few years during the few months during the whole year, and remaining parts of the year they become unemployed. Okay, so many workers do not get fair wages for their work. While estimating the number of workers, all those who are engaged in economic activities are included in as employed. So you might be interested in knowing that number of people activity engaged in various economic activities. During 1999 to 2000, India had about a 400 million strong workforce. Since majority of our people reside in rural areas, the proportion of workforce residing there is higher. The rural workers constitute about 3/4 of this 400 million. Men from the majority of the workforce in India, about 70% of the workers are men, and the rest of that means 30% are the women. So men and women included child laborers in respective sexes, and women workers account for 1/3 of the rural workforce, whereas in urban areas. So we see here the in the rural area workforce obviously greater than the urban areas. Workforce is greater than the rural areas. So they are just 1/5 of the workforce. Women carry out work like cooking, fetching water, fuel wood, and not paid wages in cash or in form of grains. At times they are not paid at all. So we know for the household chores, the women who are involved in household chores, they are not paid for that type of the work. So for this reason these women are not categorized as workers. So the persons or the women who work or they are engaged in their household activities, so they are not called as a workers because they not contribute their earning, or they have no earning to contribute to our GNP. So they are not called the workers. So who are the workers? Workers only they who are the engaged in the economic activities and contribute to our gross national product. Clear? So there are two type of workers. One is the self-employed workers, another is the hired workers. So who are called the self-employed workers? These workers, these are those workers who are engaged in their own business or own profession. So for example, if a farmer working his own farm, okay, so they are obviously called the self-employed workers because they are not work under any landlords. Now hired workers, these workers, those workers who work for other and they render their services to others and as a reward get wages and salaries. So the person who work under another person and at the end of the month or end of the year or end of the day they get the salary or wages for their work. So this type of workers we can say the hired workers. If we say about one example, a proofreader working in a publication house or a teacher working in a school, so they are called the hired workers. Clear, Jyotinmoy? Yes or no? Okay, so write down type of workers. Write down type of workers. Under the type of workers, write down there are two type of workers. One is the self-employed workers and number two, hired workers. Self-employed workers and hired workers. Written? Okay, under the hard workers and the hard workers, we can categorize two type of the hard workers. One is we call the casual workers, another is the rural workers. Okay, done or not? Yes, do it. Under hard worker, there are two type of worker. One is casual worker, another is regular worker. So who are called the casual workers? Casual worker means these are the daily wages. Okay, so they are not hired by their employers or on a regular basis. So they are not given social security benefits like provident fund, gratuity or pension. So they are hired for a particular day or for a particular month after they lost their job. Okay, so this type of worker we can say the casual worker. And next one is the regular worker. Regular worker means they are on permanent payroll of the employers. They are entitled to all social security benefits including the pension, gratuity and provident fund also. So casual workers, they are not get the social security, and who are the regular workers, they get the social security and their job as a permanent job. Now these casual workers are unskilled worker, like a workers working at a construction site. A regular worker on other hand usually skilled worker, like engineer working in a factory. Okay, so this type of the differences we can see between the casual workers and the rural workers. Completed? Okay. So next day we learn about the workforce, labor supply. Okay, workforce ratio. So any problem up to this? Any problem? So, okay. So next day I will continue this class. For today I will end up here. So thank you.